Agroecology entails sustainable methods of production, processing and marketing of food, environmental friendliness, health and people focus. With continued climate change across the globe, calls have been made to see growth of agroecology with focus on climate resilient practices. Here in Uganda, not many farmers have appreciated agroecology, and those that have done it mostly at individual level. This explains why government has moved to formulate a strategic plan to streamline the sector, bringing together all stakeholders as well as implementation of guidelines to ensure growth of the sector.
Provide a legal framework to guide the implementation of agroecology. Of course, like any other strategy, it also spells out the number of stakeholders that are relevant in agroecology, and also outlines the roles each of the stakeholders will be playing.
Fairer world can never be without right food produced using right practices, and also taking care of the planet, because we owe to the next generation that they also come and derive a living for it.
By this time, farmers, especially organic ones, are expected to have had their farms certified. Sir Bob George, a senior agriculture officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, says there are standards that have been put in place and farms have been approved to ensure that these farmers keep the standards. Among the considerations is the process of value chain, use of chemicals, among others.
You are an organic farmer. Which distance do you have between you and the other farmer who is not organic? That is a buffer zone, at least 5 meters apart. Where are you buying your seeds? Do you buy them from the normal shop where there is even these seeds with the chemicals? If the answer is yes, then you are not an you score less in that. They certify how you produce, how you transport, how you add value, maybe processing, the entire value chain. Once they find that you comply with the set standards, which I may not be able to outline here, all of them, then they make recommendations.
This certification is said to be critical in market access, especially at the national and global level.
Depending on which certification you are on, if you certify for local markets here, you cannot export to those international markets. So if you are to export to the international markets, you have to certify with the certification agency that will give you a certificate that will enable you to export, okay? But that aside, you are assured of the market. So also some buyers are so much anxious and quite sensitive about the certification. Once your product is certified, it carries that certification label, you will claim your organic market.
Farmers have, however, been warned against lowering the standards after certification. Sir Bob George says there is continued assessment of goods at each level of production to ensure safety of food for humans.
You can get mango fruits from my farm, my organic farm. They are free, but you start transporting them in a dirty truck. You store them in a dirty basin. So me producing a safe food or a safe produce doesn't mean to remain forever. It can still be contaminated along the value chain. But what we are trying to see is that all aspects of contamination in the value chain are handled.
Agroecology Week is said to bring together stakeholders in the sector to forge a way forward on how the sector can be streamlined and improved.